What is up, guys? It's that one hobo 2 again, and here it's just that one hobo 2, and here I am with Mountain Blade Warband. Now, I created this channel some time ago in hopes of doing Skyrim and mods for Skyrim and things like that, and I did. I got about 10 episodes into the Skyrim Endril, Shards of Endril, I believe. I mean, this huge complete overhaul mod for Skyrim. It's completely phenomenal. I never got to finish it, but it was a lot of fun, and so probably about 6 hours just worth of straight gameplay that I had recorded, just playing through the main quests and things like that. And I did it in 30-minute intervals because I didn't want it to be too long, and for some reason it said that YouTube deleted them because they were too long. I don't know why, and I lost the videos in my last wipe, and a friend of mine still has the videos. He did some editing on them, so hopefully I can maybe get those back. So what I've kind of directed my channel focus to now is Mountain Blade. Now this is a game that I discovered probably a month ago, and since then I've put 36 hours into it. First day it was probably 5, and because it's really hard to explain, but it's an open-ended RPG set in medieval times that gives you so many options and things like that. It's great, and you really have to play it to experience it for yourself. So I'm gonna jump right in, and I've played this before, but I just want to kind of show you guys what it's all about, what I'll be doing on this channel, things like that. Hopefully, if you're watching this, then you've played Mountain Blade before. So yes, of course I'm a male. Let's see. My father he was a veteran warrior, and this is just a bunch of extra text you guys can read if you want to. Pause it if it's really that important. Let's be a street urchin, and then we're gonna be a troubadour. Yeah. Being forced out of my home, and now it's become an adventure. So here's where we set up our character. Depending on what we chose, it gives us a bunch of it gives us our base stats. So we definitely want charisma. Charisma allows us to carry more troops. Strength and agility, that's some pretty good base stats. Iron Flesh gives us more health. Power Strike gives us better, hitting. Power Throw, yeah, I'll focus on throwing in this one. Shield, definitely. Athletics, and let's do one treatment so I can heal my party. And of course, we're going to do Bellathor. Let me capitalize that. Bellathor. There we go. And I'll put those last points there. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I should have done a crossbow. That's fine. Let's try and make it the most like me. Yeah, that right there. And as for hair, that haircut is honestly kind of the closest thing I have, but I don't like that. Let's do that. That's close. Okay, so there's 6 factions. You have the Swadia, which they're kind of like, let's see, they're like the Crusaders. They're like the Desert Knights. Like they're not like Arabians, but they're like, think of them like the Crusaders versus, and then the Vaegrs, the Nord and the Nords are both Vikings. Kargat Khangate are like the Khans, the Mongols. Rhodoks is like your basic medieval, and the Serenid Sultanate is, your Arabian faction. And I absolutely hate Swadia. and I'm not too keen on doing a Viking playthrough. So it looks like we're going to the Rodox. The capital is Jelka, you know, just a bunch of other stuff, and it starts out oh no, we're going to be attacked by a bandit. Now, I actually kind of like this opening quest, because in the beginning, in the first game, Mountain Blade, that was just the base game before oh god, what am I trying to say? Before Mountain Blade Warband came out, it was kind of like, it was pretty much the same stuff, but I mean, it was the same factions, everything. It had a bit different map, didn't have as much stuff in it, but it just kind of threw you in there. Like, it didn't give you like this lead up on the mechanics of the game. Whereas this right here, you know, it lets you kind of get used to what you're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to collect 5 men from surrounding. You could just go, as long as you have money, because he gave us money and we had money. So as long as you have money, you can go and recruit just volunteers from, you know, just random places, like this village, Burvan. 6 people want to follow me. And as you can see, they're nothing special. They're just your average Joe villager who wants some money. Okay. And it says collect 5 men, but I've played through this enough to know that 5 men aren't enough. You probably want like more like 8, 9, 10. And pretty much what the quest is he's like, my brother's been kidnapped, I need you to go fight these bandits, figure out where the lair is, you attack the lair. Oh wow, we have 14 people. Figure out where the lair is. It's getting used to the combat and to the recruiting and to the attacking, things like that. So yeah, we'll go on back here, talk to the merchant of Jelkala. Very well, we shall hunt for bandits, and there they are. These are our notorious bandits, so we're just gonna charge them. For some reason, I'm on a boat. I'm on a horse. I guess I started with a horse. I didn't know that. So yeah, actually I'm gonna get off because as much as I like to do the whole cavalry, sitting on top of the horse and killing people, I can't shoot well. Well, I can't shoot well anyways because my shooting skill, my crossbow skill is terrible. But yeah, pretty much if you don't have the skill for a weapon, you're not going to be able to use it effectively. Like the sword, anybody can use the sword. But like any type of ranged, like even just throwing a rock, unless you have like the skill for it and you use it a lot, you're just not effective with it. And honestly, I really like the combat system. It was really intuitive for a game that was made in 2008. You got your a few different types of swings, and sometimes it feels kind of repetitive, but if you well, actually not, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, it's like 2:34 a.m. and I'm recording. So I like it a lot because it's all based on where you hit them. Like you can, like obviously if you were to hit them in the legs, it would do like 4 damage. And also it depends on what armor they have there. There's just so much stuff that goes into it. So yeah, we killed 2 of them, wounded 1 of them, 2 of them. So he tells us where the... I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. He tells us where the... We want that armor. He tells us where the merchant's brother is being held, and we're just going to give us the stuff, we can sell it. So now we go, there's the kidnapper's hideout. I look like a bandit, but that's okay. I don't want to do the whole horse thing. Now, I would suggest that when you play, if it's your first time, use a horse, because you usually start out with one. You can, if you're on horse, if you kind of know what you're doing, if you went through the tutorial and played it, I'm sorry, if you went through the tutorial, there's like a tutorial showing all the combat basics and things like that. If you went through that, then you kind of know what you're doing. Like, you could take on larger groups of enemies, like, by yourself. Like, even as an experienced player, taking on more than, like, 7 or 8 looters, it doesn't work. Like, they just surround you and just kill you. But you see, on a cavalry, you know, you can, on a horse, I mean, you can, you know, pretty much run circles around them and then kill them. And it's pretty easy like that. And I don't know, I don't like that, mainly just because I did that in the very beginning, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't challenging because, like I said, you just run around them and hit them, or shoot at them, or throw something at them. Let's see, let's look through here. So that's why I just like doing the whole being on the ground with your troops, and it's a whole lot easier to fire any kind of ranged weapon from the ground. Like, if you're not on a horse, like, there's a lot of penalties you get for being on a horse and firing. And of course, those can be, there's a horse archery skill that helps you out with that. Ooh, there's a tournament. This is where I'm going to save because, yeah. How's my health doing? I don't want to start the tournament with only, like, oh, what the heck. Okay, place a bet on myself. So pretty much, the tournament is you place a bet on yourself, and, you know, there's odds, you know, so it's, and pretty much, and you fight in teams until the last person. And when you win, you get money, and you get a bunch of renown. People know who you are. It makes life a whole lot stinking easier. If you can win one of these early on. And hopefully I don't get knocked out right now because of these guys. Okay, cool. Oh god. I got this. I'm not amazing at the combat. I would like to think I am, but I'm definitely not. I played online, and there are definitely people a lot better than me. So I'm just going all in. I'm betting all I got that I'll win this. It's just, yeah, my archery skill is terrible, so, like, my bows do nothing. Like, my shots do, I don't know, I knocked that guy out. For those of you who don't know, Belthor is a name from Skyrim, and I've used it a lot for just kind of stuff like this because I've always liked it. It's just been kind of that basic, you know, it's not like a raider name, but it's not like posh. You know, it can kind of be whatever, you know. It can be pretty much, like, it can be used to describe anybody. We might actually win this. If we do, that would be really cool to have in a tournament. And so, I told you what renown was, and I didn't ever explain it. Renown is pretty much how well you're known throughout the kingdom. Like, some units won't follow you unless you have a certain amount of renown. It's kind of like how famous you are, pretty much. Oh god. Just, yeah, pretty much how famous you are and things like that. And if you have high renown, then in a good relationship with a king, then you can be a vassal, which pretty much you. Oh no! And I was oh, okay, alrighty. But as I was saying, as a vassal, you join a faction and you get paid daily, not daily, weekly by them. Oh, I did not mean to do that. You get paid, yeah, weekly by them. It's not much at the beginning, and you get a little village that usually gets raided a lot. And yeah, and the cool thing is just you can hold on to any castles that you get, and that's what I like because you can kind of start your own faction. You can actually if I'm not mistaken, you can break away from your faction at one point if you feel like you just don't want to be with them anymore. So that was kind of just the intro, showing kind of what I want to do with this channel, and it's not all going to be native. I'll probably do a little bit more native, which is, that's, you know, vanilla. That's the base. But I really want to jump into some mods. Like I said, I've already put 36 hours into this game, and those are noob numbers compared to what some of the other what am I saying? Mount and Blade. I hope I've been saying Total War this entire time, but Mount and Blade, or the other Mount and Blade YouTubers have put into. But yeah, like I said, I've got probably 6 or 7 mods that I'm super excited to show you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. Just leave a like. Just tell me what you guys kind of expecting from this. If you're expecting anything, suggestions, comments, anything like that. If you have mod requests, please give those to me too. Alright guys, I'll see you later.